Welcome to Havana, a city where time slows down, the streets are alive with rhythm, and history seeps from every crumbling facade. I recently explored Cuba's capital and fell in love with its faded glamour, bold spirit, and irresistible charm. In this video, we'll uncover the top 10 things to see and do in Havana. Along the way, I'll share travel tips, fun facts, and a few personal stories from my visit. Starting at number 10 on our list is Christ of Havana. From across the harbor, the Christ of Havana watches over the city. Towering 20 meters high, this marble statue stands on a hill in the suburb of Casablanca. I visited just before sunset and the views were unreal. From here you'll see Old Havana and a glimmer of El Malecon hugging the coastline. It's peaceful, breezy, and makes you reflect. Fun fact, the statue was built in 1958, just 15 days before Fidel Castro entered Havana during the revolution. At number 9 is Havana Cathedral. In the heart of Plaza de la Cathedral stands one of the most elegant churches in Latin America. Built in the 18th century, this Baroque masterpiece features mismatched bell towers and a coral stone facade. Inside, it's dim, cool, and serenely beautiful. You may even hear a soft echo of choir music if you time it right. Travel tip. Visit early when the square is quiet and the light spills beautifully across the cobblestones. Fun fact, it once held the remains of Christopher Columbus before they were moved to Seville. Coming in at number 8 is La Bodeguita del Medio. This bar is tiny, crowded, and utterly iconic. I had my first Cuban mojito here. It was minty, sweet, and unforgettable. The walls are covered with graffiti and signatures from decades of visitors. Live musicians pack into the corner and bring the room to life with some Cubano classics. Fun fact, Ernest Hemingway once said, "My mojito is La Bodeguita, my daiquiri is El Floridita." At number 7 is Plaza de Armas. This leafy square is Havana's oldest, dating back to the 1520s. Surrounded by colonial mansions, it's a haven of shade and calm. In its center is a beautiful park and a statue dedicated to Carlos Manuel de Céspedes, who is credited with starting the revolution that ultimately led to Cuban independence from Spain. I wandered through the park and imagined what the plaza was like in the 1800s. Travel tip, don't miss El Templete on the square, a monument celebrating the founding of Havana. Fun fact, the plaza got its name because it once hosted military parades and exercises. Coming in at number 6 is Parque Central and classic cars. You haven't truly arrived in Havana until you ride in a candy-colored 1950s convertible. Outside Parque Central, dozens of these beauties line up for tours. They can take you to any of your preferred sites in the city or just for a casual ride. Imagine yourself cruising through Vedado and along El Malecon back in the heyday of Havana. Travel tip, negotiate your tour price up front. A 1-hour ride should cost around $30 to $40 US. Fun fact, these cars are often maintained using handmade or Soviet-era parts. They're a marvel of Cuban ingenuity. At number 5 is Castillo del Morro, or Morro Castle. Standing at the entrance of Havana Bay, this 16th century fortress was built to protect the city from pirates. Its thick walls, lighthouse, and cannon batteries are impressive. We wandered its ramparts, imagining the lookout spots where sentries once stood watch. Travel tip, bring water and sunscreen. There's little shade, but the views are worth it. Fun fact, the nightly 9 p.m. cannon blast tradition is still honored nearby at La Cabana Fortress. Coming in at number 4 is Plaza de la Revolution. This massive square is the political heart of Cuba. At one end, the towering memorial to national hero Jose Marti. At the other, the iconic image of Che Guevara on the Ministry of the Interior. It's stark, symbolic, and powerful. Travel tip: ride to the top of the Marti Memorial for sweeping views of Havana. Fun fact, Fidel Castro gave speeches here to crowds of over 1 million. At number 3 is El Capitolio, the National Capitol building. You might think you're in Washington, D.C., but El Capitolio is uniquely Cuban. Recently restored, it gleams once again with Italian marble and gold leaf. Inside, you'll find the Statue of the Republic, the world's 3rd largest indoor statue. Travel tip: tours are available in English and Spanish. Don't skip the library, it's a hidden gem. Fun fact, the building marks Kilometer Zero, the point from which all Cuban highways are measured. At number 2 is El Malecon. This 8-kilometer seawall is Havana's front porch. It's where lovers meet, musicians play, fishermen cast lines, and life flows with the tides. A popular walk for local and visitors, it offers beautiful views across the bay and the echo of laughter and guitar. Travel tip: sunset is the golden hour for locals and travelers alike. Fun fact, during hurricanes, waves have been known to crash right over the wall, flooding the road. And topping our list at number 1 is Old Havana. This is the soul of the city. Cobblestone streets, balconies draped in laundry, street musicians on every corner. Explore its 4 famous plazas: the bustling Plaza Vella, the historic Plaza de Armas, the elegant Plaza de la Cathedral, and the stately Plaza de San Francisco. Each one tells a different chapter of Havana's story. We took a leisurely tour to soak it all in. Cafes hummed with conversations. Locals played dominoes, and the air smelled faintly of cigars and salt. Travel tip: wear comfy shoes and let yourself get lost. The best finds aren't on any map. Fun fact, Old Havana was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1982 for its well-preserved Spanish colonial architecture. Havana is not just a destination, it's a feeling, a place where the past and present dance together, where stories are painted on walls and sung from balconies. I hope you get the chance to experience its magic. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification for more travel adventures. Gracias y hasta pronto.